luckiest boy ever seen in my lifetime. When I was young, I used to be very studious in my studies, went to school regularly, playing games and all. I stood first in all the schools. Teachers used to respect me very much, and I was given a very good honor in all of my studies. Then I joined medicine. I continuously did my course MBBS. Subsequently, I joined service. After serving for 2-3 years, I joined MS, and MS was a very tough course in those days. Very few used to opt for MS because it was beyond the limit of everybody. Then I was so lucky, I got through the exam in the first attempt. It was so delightful. Imagine the luckiest part of my career as a student. Subsequently, in service, I joined government service. In the service, I used to do very many operations in a day, sometimes 15 to 20 operations in a day, twice a week, almost 100 operations in a month. And I was never used to expect any money from any person. If they give it on their own, I used to accept it. Otherwise, I never used to demand. Therefore, I was very popular in all the places wherein I worked. And I till my retirement, I used to be so active. After the retirement also, I felt I was working in Bangalore in different hospitals. I felt so happy that I spent whole of my career without any break. Unfortunately, now I'm having a little problem. Let us hope for the best in my future. As far as children is concerned, I got two daughters and one son. Nowadays, as you know very well, it's very difficult for the children to study and make up them future very well. In those days, even though I was so busy on myself, I never concentrated on the children, but still they studied on their own. One became an engineer, another daughter has become a doctor, and they are doing extremely well.
Because he has made me a doctor, and I really like him very much because he is the best doctor I've ever seen in my life. He has taught me everything, and I owe everything to him as a doctor. He made me what I am. He made me to live my living. He made me everything. He has taught me everything. That's why I just love my dad. I love my dad because he is a great surgeon and is a great doctor and a great human being. Very caring. I love him very much. And the best time in my life was when I had got my MBBS seat and I was feeling so difficult to understand. He told me, he took all his time. As soon as he used to come from the hospital, he used to come and teach me till 1-2 o'clock. He was just behind me. He used to tell you should study, you should become a good doctor. Yeah, all his aim was to make me a good doctor. I think I have become one, and I wish I will become one too. And as a doctor, I just wanted to tell the amount of caring and the amount of post-operative care, the way he gives to the patient, the way he looks after his patient, it is just admiring. You can never find a person like that. And he has taught me a lot, and I thank my father for being what I am now. And everything I owe, whatever I am now, is to my father. And when Sanjeev had met with an accident, when I was in need of help, he helped me a lot, and I can never forget this in my life.
Thank you, Dad, for bringing me into this world and being for whatever we are, and then coming from such a humble beginning and being such a great doctor and making us see the world, educating us, and I can't tell how many times he's been with us, especially when we needed him, and unconditionally looking after my mother. That is the most, and how much he loves his grandchildren, especially Shivani and Om. He adores them like anything. And they are the perfect grandchildren one could ever hope for. And I'm missing him, even though he's far away here, he's looked after well. Hope he recuperates soon and be with us all along.
I'm so fortunate that I was born to you. There are three things I would say the best describes you as a person: your dedication, your unconditional love, and passion. And that love and you always giving to everyone is something I wish I had more of. And the passion for work, I wish at the age of 80, you when I retire, have the same passion the way you have towards saving people's life and working. And lastly, the dedication. Anything you take, anything you do, you're always giving 200% of who you are and what you can do. And that hard work, all three characters, is something that you've given all the three children, and I'm so fortunate that we got that from you. There's so much you have done for people, and there's so much you have touched so many people's hearts and souls, and I'm sure that all that we are benefiting from the good wishes that we receive from all the wonderful things that you've done for the society and for all your patients. Have a nice day, Dad.
When I first met Thatha a long time ago, my first impression of him was that he's such a caring and a kind-hearted man. And I think 20 odd years later, I still feel the same. And I have watched Thatha take care of Aji in the most kindest and patient way. And I feel that one has to be that lucky to have that kind of care and concern and genuine concern constantly. And anyway, so that started for me. Every time I think of him, he's like one of a kind, caring, and very, very kind person. And I think one of the funniest moment I have of him is when I just arrived from America. One of the trips, he insisted that he take me out to eat ragi mudde and a fish curry somewhere in Rajajinagar. And even though I don't remember relishing the meal, I think I enjoyed it only because he was so keen and enthusiastic about sharing his experience with me.
One good thing about Nana is that he wants me to become a good person, and he wants me to pursue medical and he wants me to pursue medical and be successful in that. And what we say is he's very kind, polite.
One good thing about him is he is a pure 100% a doctor with me. I am not his son-in-law when I am in the hospital. When we were working in Shimoga, he was a district surgeon. In the house, he was my father-in-law. In the hospital, he was my senior, because I was working in his unit, and he was as strict as he was with his father. And his father used to come and he will be taking rounds. He will not go and talk to him. He will tell some fellow that go and take that my father and make me to sit in his room, and after finishing his round, he will come and talk. So 100% he was for the patient. Afterward, relationships came. In the house, I was his son-in-law, and maybe in his house he was his father. But in the hospital, neither his father was his father, and I was not his son-in-law. So he was 100% for the patient. And he remained for the patient at the age of 80 also. He had some purpose in their life. At the 80, I don't think anyone will do much. They won't have much purpose in their life. They are counting back. They are counting their days back to the death. But he had some purpose. That's the best. Otherwise, he's a very, very extraordinary sharp fellow. Please, he will tell all good things about me to Rashmi, so Rashmi will become happy. And he's a very brainy fellow, intelligent fellow. We call him James Bond. That's all.
I love Thatha because he's such a kind and loving person, and I can't wait till he comes to the US and we make much more long-lasting memories together. And my favorite memory with him is probably when he took me driving when I was 5 years old and I was just sitting on his lap driving. I also love how he taught me how important education is.
I love Thatha because he is so kind and so loving. He has always inspired me so much to do my best throughout my studies and has always made me feel like he is so proud of me. I love talking to him because he has so many interesting things to say about any subject, and he loves to talk, and we've had some really, really great conversations, especially when I went to India just a couple months ago. It's so inspiring to me that Thatha has been able to completely change his life through studies and completely better his life and the lives of his children and his grandchildren by studying really hard to become a doctor. He is so inspiring to me because he is so hardworking, and I want to be like that when I grow up, and I want to be as passionate as he is about what he loves to do, because that is the most rewarding thing in my opinion, is doing what you love for a living. And I love him so much, and I'm so grateful for all of the amazing memories we've had, and I can't wait to make more. I love you, Thatha.
I've always liked Dr. Nangendrapa a lot. I've admired him so much. Such a dedicated person. And I really wanted to come and spend some time with him here in Shahjahanpur. I got this opportunity and I've spent really quality time with him, talking to him on various subjects, particularly about the grandchildren, Shivan and Om. How much he loves them. He just adores them to the core. And he means everyone. We've discussed films, we've discussed politics, and mostly the grandchildren. He misses home a lot and he's enjoying Shivani. I think he's one person I really admire and great person. I like him a lot.